All right, we'll talk about making a splash. Multiple swimmers on the University of Pennsylvania's women's swim team are coming forward and speaking out against their transgender teammate, Leah Thomas. Thomas is smashing records left and right and is currently #1 in the country. But get this, Thomas spent 3 years training and swimming on the university's men team as Will Thomas before transitioning to a female, Leah. One of the anonymous teammates told Outquick, a sports media platform, that Penn swimmers are angry over the lack of fairness. The swimmer said that the other swimmers feel discouraged because no matter how much work they put in, they're going to lose. Well, for more on this, let's bring in tonight's company, retired Marine Corps General Gunnery Sergeant and Newsmax contributor Jessie Jane Duff, and the host of the Stacy on the Right on Sirius XM, Stacy Washington. Ladies, welcome back to the show. Stacy, I'm going to start with you because one of the things that's really interesting about this, I will note that under the NCAA rules, this Leah is able to participate because she has done suppression of testosterone for the last year. But at the end of the day, this is a person who was on the men's team for 3 years. Women talk about equality, women's rights. They fought for women's rights for so long, and now they let someone transition into their sport, and literally they're crushing every record.
So I got to say that just because she's taking a few pills to suppress her current testosterone level, it doesn't change the fact that she went through puberty and basically fully grew into manhood. So we're talking about a lot of other changes that a pill is not going to take care of. We're talking about twitchy reflex muscles, and we're talking about explosive firing of those muscles. So this is demonstrated anytime you see boys and girls race. When they're before puberty, the girls can beat the boys sometimes. But after puberty, that no longer is the case because the muscle mass, I mean, you can look at the person on the screen and see there's more muscle mass there. There's more bulk in the shoulders. Think about the arm size of that person in comparison to a woman of 5'4", or even 5'7" or 5'8". I'm 6 feet 2 inches tall, and I regularly will notice that my arms are not as big around as men that I'm standing next to who are shorter than I am. So this issue has to be resolved by having separate sports for transgendered individuals, because this person clearly thought, I can't beat these men, so I'll go beat these women. And that's what he's doing.
He's crushing them. Apparently, her score is so high, he could get first, second, and third place. But the interesting thing is you point out that there should be sports for people that are trans. A Gallup poll, 64% of people think that whatever gender you are born into, that's what you should compete in. But Jessie Jane, one of the things that I'm interested in is you have all these women activists. Why aren't they speaking out? They fought so long for women's rights, and this feels like you just have a man who's able to come in and then dominate.
Well, the left is now having to face the reality of their activism that was never to support women. It was simply to disrupt what is genetically why women are different than men. You know, for example, we see this in the military where they wanted to throw women into ground combat, literally fighting the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. Women have 45% less muscle mass than men overall and about 20% less lung capacity. The one thing that in swimming that we would have to look at is lung capacity. Leah came out with about a 38-second margin against this #2 person, and the room was silent when she or he hit that final first place target. And then #2, the audience erupted in applause because everybody knows exactly what's going on. And now the left that has been trying to promote gay, lesbian, transgender rights, what they've failed to recognize is transgender is not the same as gay. Transgender is now literally altering your biology. And now they're facing a difficult decision because Title IX, that was designed for women to have equal scholarship opportunity for men, is now being washed out. Now you're going to have transgender men taking those spots where women normally would have been able to have scholarships to universities and colleges and even compete in the Olympics for that matter. This is now of the left's doing. They're going to have to face the reality that what they've done to women is detrimental and set us back. Because many women, this was their one opportunity to be able to have scholarship opportunity in sports versus academics. And now you're not on the same playing field as the men. In fact, the men are now competing in your sport.
Well, you mentioned the Olympics. Leah's actually making times as some Olympians right now. So it's likely, if allowed, she would qualify to go to the Olympics. This will be a conversation that's not going away anytime soon. Unfortunately, ladies, we're out of time. So again, we owe you here tonight, but appreciate your insights and you talking about this very touchy topic. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.